Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the SPL Qualifiers. Damn.
Oh, dude. Last
That
matchup.
last match.
Legion versus What's Kraken is fantastic.
It was
It
incredible.
was front to back everything we've been wanting to see, where it's like, okay, let's see what kind of new metas they're throwing out at us, what we can expect, and if the old one will kind of prevail on top. So What's Kraken kind of going with more of a standard, I guess.
Exactly.
A very standard team comp.
stuff.
They were able to come out on top. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, we have the first showing of Team Eager on the Smite game Twitch.
Yeah.
They are not going against any scrubs either. They're going against 5 angry men.
And it's 5 people
Just
that
pause.
it's 5 people that they know very well.
Yeah.
It's 2 members of the Mace of the Face. They have played against each other on Denial many times. Mace of the Face used to play on Denial Esports. But Shadow Q and Xing have played on this team of Eager before in other ways. So has the Best. So there's 3 players on 5 Angry Men that have been on some iteration of Team Eager. And it is a grudge match, to say the very, very least.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, no one's looking at this and saying, oh, yeah, Fam's just going to roll down and take it, right? Like, no.
Yeah, no.
No. Fam wants to win this more than anyone. So, starting it off here, Isis, that's going to be a direct shot to the mid laner here, 5 Angry Men. Everyone knows Isis is his god. On the other side, though, Loki's going to be taken out. It could be, I'm assuming that's a hit to Zapman? In the duo, that could be something they've been running in the scrims.
Yeah, Zapman's played a lot of Loki Hunter. Zapman is actually one of the hunters that was very resistant to the mage explosion. Everybody was playing Freya, and Zapman said, no, I'm going to do Chalk. And they said, what? And he won. And then they said, oh, we're going to do Kronos. And he said, nah, I'm going to do Loki.
This has to be a theme.
And they said, what? And they said, nah. We're going to see Thor and Serket banned out as well. Pretty standard bans right there. Just please don't pick those characters.
Yeah, so to me, this is Athena. Athena not only is the strongest support in the game, but it's arguably the strongest team composition at a competitive level god. But instead, it is going to be Agni. That's going to be going directly to Na. Na, who isn't necessarily known for his Agni, but he's not bad with Agni at all. He's still fantastic. Option over to 5 Angry Men. There's the Athena.
Athena, and we're gonna wait on the second one. The Agni pickup right there is sort of, Mace of the Face is known for playing a good Agni as well, and Mace of the Face is known for having a smaller god pool.
That's a very good point.
Sort of what they're doing here. They took out the Isis in the ban. They first picked the Agni, which is a little strange, but they want to pick it into the Mace of the Face. That said, Scott, it's been a long time since Mace of the Face has really contributed competitively to a Smite team. We saw him in the Challenger Cup a little bit, but really the last time we saw him really throw it down was the launch tournament. So maybe he's got a lot of new stuff.
I love it.
Sun Wukong!
Wukong, baby. He's my brother. I look just like him.
You really do. The hair.
I got the Cro-Magnon face, the gingery hair. But I'm still a brunette. Don't worry about it. Nemesis going directly to Lassus. Wukong, though. So could be a solo laner. It is, after all, Anatoly is back on this roster. He might be bringing back the Wukong, but if I'm a betting man, which I am, I'm assuming this is going to go right into the duo lane with Dare to Care. It fits his playstyle next to perfectly.
Want it, like it, love it, I'll take it. Sun Wukong support is something that I've liked for a long time. Trix Tank used to depend on it, and honestly couldn't adjust to not having it later on. Sun Wukong he's got a lot of initiation, which is a lot of fun.
For sure.
And great poke. Bastet being picked up on the side of 5 Angry Men, I'm thinking that's for Xing. Xing loves this character. Xing is a sneaky jungler. He wants to use subversion and find you and walk. Xing likes to walk on wards intentionally and then walk in a weird route so you think he's somewhere he's not.
Oh, he plays with the numpad. Of course he's a weird player, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
being able to jump in and out right there, it's very Xing. I'm excited for the Bastet pickup. Can't wait to see it.
So that's going to be a Raw locked in as well for 5 Angry Men. Already, I mean, Raw's going to bring a lot to a lane. I mean, not only does he have a heal, but he's got a blind, he's got a Celestial Beam that's guaranteed full wave clear, he's got a Searing Pain that's a sniper. It's It's hard. So then now we're taking a look at it. That's going to be the Osiris pick, which is going to be Anatoly in the solo lane. And that is my man, Uller. Zapman coming back on there. F. You're happy, my man. It is an Uller Zapman.
Uller.
A zapper.
Zapman.
That was awful.
Just stop.
That was like I didn't even try.
That was. I think you tried, which makes it. I don't know if it's worse if you tried or not, but Zapman on Uller. Silla's going to be picked up for team Five-Finger Men right there. But Eager, Uller, Zapman. Uller is a character that was played and then quickly shoved out of the competitive scene because he was deemed not good enough. And Zapman said, I don't care, I'm good enough, and just made it work.
He did.
And we talk a lot. Zapman and Allied, the only two players that could really make Uller work because they could land the 3-1 combos, the bladed arrow and the hail of arrows without the necessary stun. It doesn't have the preemptive. You don't scare people off by switching to accent. There's a lot of mechanics, basically, with this character that Zapman pulls off correctly, and we're going to see it right now as we get into the matchup. Once again, your team, Eager's debut on the left side, Gnaw in the middle lane, Anatoly in the solo lane. Laz is lurking in the jungle on that Nemesis, while Dare to Care supports Zapman, playing Uller and the Monkey King.
So, already off the start, we have to talk about Sun Wukong. He's starting off with Mark of the Vanguard. He's choosing not to go Watchers, but the bigger thing is why he's choosing to not go with Bluestone Pendant. Now, the reasoning behind that is really because if you're maxing your 1, which is Magic Cudgel, the mana increases, so Bluestone Pendant doesn't do any much, but if you max the 2, it's only 50 mana, you can spam it. So, I guess we might be seeing that, perhaps?
Well, Mark of the Vanguard is fantastic for tanking early minions. That's basically what it does. All damage taken is reduced by 5, and that's a true 5. So it's very good against dots and multiple points of damage, which is what minions do. So basically, this pick to me, it doesn't tell me directly, but it definitely hints at me, Scott, that we're going to see early aggression coming out from the Team Eager dual lane.
Yep. So now, obviously, the mid-Harpies are not spawning up at 3 minutes. You're going to see a 3-man stacking on both sides at the red buff, and that is really just to go ahead and get things started right away. Mace to the face with the Scylla. Scylla, just to touch on her a little bit as we're going to watch the duo lane go ahead and take their purple buff. She is going to be very, very weak early game. She doesn't have a lot of pressure. She has to control the minion wave by auto-attacking it as much as possible. But when you stack that up against an Agni, you can see the difference here in wave clear.
Yeah, I mean, and the sort of meta swing, very tiny things that help people out tiny ways. No penetration boots means a character with penetration in the kit, like Thanatos, gets a tiny nudge in the right direction. Scylla starting off with red buff is a tiny nudge in the right direction. She gets more magical power, which allows her to farm a little bit. Very thrown off. The best is one of the best Scyllas in the world. Totally thought it would have been on him.
Ooh, great job. That is the right play. You get the Sentinel every single time in .2 and still in a competitive level just to avoid those ganks. You can see Lassus, though, man. He's fast. He's at home with a Dare to Care still continuing to aggress. He's going for it. You can see his 2 doing a lot. Madman Mark has got to get forced out of there. Zapman's like, oh, man, I wanted that.
Yeah, I mean, Uller is one of the characters. On her is really the character that started it. There's the stun, the bladed arrow,
no way.
The whack. It's offline. Dare to Care not able to get it down, but able to push out of there with the animals. Ooh. And they're going to send Madman Mark back to base already. You know, so On her really started this whole, like, the joke of Zapman's plan is, I hit level 2, let's jump in.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we saw out of Uller.
Yeah.
And 1 minute and 40 seconds in, Madman Mark already pushed back. Really going to need to lean on Shadow Q, this dual lane is.
Shink's going to get caught out there by Lassus. Lassus trying to bully him, but he's going to take a decent amount there. He's got the shield though on Nemesis, so he's not in too much of trouble. He's just going to sit here and kind of use his Bumba's Master to his advantage as Anatoly's looking to aggress. Now, we did change Osiris in the offseason. He's not nearly as strong as he was, but he's still at least in the A tier if you listen to the DM Brandon tier list. Really just visually.
Yeah, I mean, Osiris definitely a character that can still do what he was supposed to do. He's a chainsaw character, which means he's got a lot of small basic attacks which synergize with Chin's size well. And he's got some natural protection, so cool stuff coming out of Osiris. Doesn't really help him against Ra, though.
Yeah, no, not at all. Ra,
ult does.
What Ra's going to do is Ra's going to be like, okay, you hit me with the sickle, you hit me with everything, okay, I press 3.
I'm still confused about this matchup, though. I would have liked to see Ra in the mid lane and Scylla in the soul lane because
come on.
I'll tell you why. Because the best is one of the better Scylla players in competitive Smite, and the ultimate from Osiris prevents healing from Ra.
Well, Anatoly's getting a little bit ballsy here, able to take the right. Eager might be able to take both here.
And they did.
No, not yet. Anatoly's looking for it. You can see Divine Judgment going down in the mid lane. Shank's going to get caught off guard. No, doesn't have the follow-up. He used one of his meteors to kill that, and now Dare to Care forced all the way out. Sun Wukong fits this team's play style, man. I really like this composition.
Yeah, it's an aggressive all-in comp. Even in the soul lane, there's no Osiris is your tanky character. You want to win, and you want to win aggressively.
Wasn't that weird that Lassus stayed in the mid lane since about a minute 40 there? He leached off every single ounce of experience, putting his Bumbas to use. But I almost wonder, I guess he really doesn't have any jungle to take, since at the beginning you take all 4 buffs.
That's exactly what it is, Scott. We were talking about that earlier, how the meta change is sort of like, you need to find farm wherever you can as a jungler. And he left solo lane early. Remember that. He left solo lane early to see if he can harass Mace in the face when you brought up the Sentinel at level 2. So at level 2, he's leaving the lane. He's got to stay in mid to sort of leech. And we take a look at the levels, level 6 on Scylla and level 6 on Agni. That's sort of the same level, so it didn't really hurt the mid lane too much.
Yeah. Well, we're going to see Anatoly. He's got the tether down. The best is there. Shake's going to be there. Where's the kitties? Where's the kitties at Shing? Oh, he doesn't have. Oh, no, he does have them.
Yeah.
Why didn't he use the kitties? I don't understand.
Afraid of the waste because he can just jump away?
Oh, my sweet mother of Frodo. That is a bluestone pendant on top of a Mark of the Vanguard. Oh, Dare to Care. How dare you?
I like it. I do like it.
I love it.
Think about it this way. Without Midas Boots in the game, Scott, there's no item that you have to buy super quickly. I guess it's Sovereignty.
Yeah.
But without Sovereignty, without Midas Boots, you can sort of be creative with your build. And be creative is what Laz is going to do. Takes out his ex-teammate. Shing is the first blood in this matchup.
Shing let a kill just go. He let that kill go. He had them locked up with the Raw. That combination, I mean, the kitties, when positioned right, not only are you going to pretty much just get them naturally rooted because they can't get away, but it's also going to do a lot of damage, which sets Raw up, a.k.a. the best, for an easy searing pain right down the way. I mean, that is routine Smite at its finest. But taking a look at the builds here, CDR coming out for Agni. I'm a big fan of the power on Agni at all times, but at the same time, though, Na is not a traditional mid, right? He is a very support-based mid.
You're very right. I still don't like it on Agni. I just think Agni is he's an aggressive burst mage. You could be creative with Noxious Fumes, but if you go for it just doesn't. You know, if Kiki can change his playstyle to play Poseidon, well, I think Na should be able to do so.
No.
With
no. Are you seeing this?
Yeah.
The Doom Orb rush of Scylla?
Oh, yeah.
Over Boots?
Yeah.
Come on!
If you're going to build Doom Orb, you build it before
Dude, you're going against Lassus and Dare to Care with one lockdown god? That is very scary, dude. I don't know if she'll ever be able to get stacked. So what Doom Orb is, it's basically like Heartseeker in a way where you kind of stack it up.
It's a worse Heartseeker.
Yeah, it's a worse. Yeah,
because it's got no movement.
Yeah. Divine Judgment comes down. Agni's going to hit one bomb. Anatoly's going to clean it up on Shing. Shing goes down for a second time this game. Both kills of Eager are in favor of Shing.
Yeah, I mean, and playing that best set, you really want to get those kills. You don't want to fall too far behind. Let's press on about this Doom Orb, Scott. So, as you get last hits, it gives you stacks of power. It's very good. And the secondary stats are lackluster. It's mana and mana per 5,
pretty much
not something you really, really want, right? Here's what's scary. You're in the mid lane, where everybody wants to fight you.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
You know what? It's just a Sentinel. Mace of the Face feels very safe with a Sentinel because Nemesis doesn't have a jump. She's got the double dash. The Sentinel can just get away. She's got a root.
Come on.
Mace of the Face thinks he's safe enough. And I'll tell you right now.
If he had Aegis and Sprint 3 and Beach, yeah, sure, go for it. Look at this. The Sentinel's going to be able to get him out there, but if he goes down, if Lassus is there or if Na's there to kind of clean up as well, that's a kill.
If the Doom Orb works out, you're going to see incredible numbers come out from the Scylla. You will be able to 100-0 people.
It does. To be fair, it does really help with their weak late game, which is really what you got to get out of. So perhaps that's the truth. But my only thing is, like, mid lane, you already want to gank them every single time.
Exactly.
So you add a 50-stack Doom Orb on top of it, it's like you're dead.
A big Doom Orb is a target on your back. You will because that changes what's worth.
Ooh.
You can dive a tower and die and kill the guy with Doom Orb, and it's worth it all of a sudden.
Oh, yeah,
because
for
you
sure.
cut their power in half. So you got to be very careful with this Doom Orb. Already up to 35 stacks as he goes home and purchases level 2 boots. It will be a little more slippery. Scott, it just might work.
Look at Anatoly, man. My man comes back from coaching this squad and just sitting on the back line to diving all the way in the back. He's like getting timers on the speed buff, on the blue buff. You can see that super deep aggressive ward in between the speed and the blue. This is great play out of Anatoly. This is why he's the coach. This is why they trust it so much. And on top of that, he's zoning out Roz. Roz going to miss that Searing Pain as well. That is the biggest win I've ever seen in a lane.
Yeah, I mean, Anatoly, sometimes really what you need, and I mean, you've sort of played professional games before and taken a step back and sort of come back. Sometimes sometimes all you need to change your perspective is a different window.
Yep.
So you go and you take a step back, you become a
Great
coach.
point.
All of a sudden, Anatoly was notorious for being predictable and just out of position a lot. You take a step back, you look at it from a different angle, all of a sudden he's doing aggressive wars, he's doing unpredictable stuff. Maybe that's all he needed.
Ooh, Ra getting forced in. You hate to see it. You want to see Ra go with the damage there, man. He's got the CDR.
Got it, though.
He's got to do it to just kind of deal with it. He's just getting bullied in this lane. But, man, you hate it. The taunt's going to come down there. That's going to catch up Lassus. Lassus might go down, but nope. Nos says, here's a stun for 4 of you. Back it up.
There it is. 4 members deep in the red are 5 angry men, and only 2 members playing defense, but it's all you need at level 10 as they are as we approach the 10-minute mark. Team Eager leading by 2 kills to none, and just barely in the gold at 1,200, which is almost nothing, Scott. So you got to watch out, but we're going to see Fire Giant spawn. I don't think teams are anywhere close to fighting it right now.
Whew. You know, we have 2 Ninja Tabbies coming out for the members of Eager as well. So Ninja Tabby, with penetration being gone, we removed that off of Pen Boots. It actually has freed up Ninja Tabby as well as Warrior Tabby, and now you pretty much go, do I want 60 power or do I want everything else?
Right.
And in the case of Uller, Ninja Tabby, it plays.
I like the Ninja Tabby on Uller because he's ability based. You're not quite buying CDR stuff. There's the taunt though. Is Uller gonna be all right? He's stuck in the trap. Down comes the Athena because of his hunters being pressed on. They're gonna get that clap, and Elazis gets the kill. There goes Madman Mark 22.
How dare Tusky stop that? Zapman. Oh, Shadow Q, buddy. Your health is just getting shredded there. Oh, man. Scylla comes in. Face to the face. Misses that. I Am a Monster's going to be there. She's trying to bait it out. She's waiting for it. She's going for it. She misses everything. Lassus out of there. And now Zapman's on the backside. Zapman knows Dare's taking it. He's like, hey, guys, let's keep going in on this. Shing's in a lot of trouble. Shing, oh, rip. Rip, 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 rip.
Lassus gets the kill, and I have to eat my words I said earlier, Scott. You know what got that kill? The CDR boots on Agni. You're right. Gnaw is the setup character
He is.
on this team. We get to see a lot of different positions do different things. This team, one of their support E characters is what we normally see the damage come out of, and he's going to earn the kill, which earns the Gold Fury, which is going to catapult them 3,800 gold to the lead at almost 12 minutes, 6 kills to none with a bunch of experience to boot. This team Eager is looking like they are just as strong as everybody thought.
Yeah, and the other thing, too, is now we got a Warlock stash coming out for Agni. That's going to be a Height of the Urchin here for Osiris, which I really don't even think he needed. Like, the only reason he did that was he was like, well, I'm going against a mage. There's a mage in the middle. Let's do it, right? But at the same time, he's just been bullying this lane. He could have went full aggressive if he really wanted to, and everyone would have been like, okay, Anatoly, you do you.
Here's my thought process behind it. Sun Wukong is half a support. Osiris is half a support. Think back to the way we had those assassins come out. They sort of spread out their role. That's what we're going to see. Osiris will buy chin size and some tanky stuff. We'll get some damage out of Sun Wukong and some tanky stuff, and they'll both be frontline.
Well, as you can see on your UI here, Shing's got a quick little disconnect here. I'm assuming he's, figuring something out here, but it shouldn't be too long as we just kind of wait through this. But, wow, that is the fastest. Maybe he had a Windows update.
No, you know what happened? His number pad, he turned off numlock.
Oh,
so
there you
really
go.
Do what he had to do. Shing, notoriously, for those that have seen LAN stuff, plays with a very odd setup.
Yeah,
Dare to care caught out in the mid.
Buttons.
Ultimate's okay. Gets out there safe and sound.
He uses directional arrows. It's really weird, and it really doesn't make much sense.
Whatever works, though, folks.
Yeah,
he's a professional player and a very good one at that.
Oh, yeah, sure. Best comes in, helps out Shing, goes ahead and clears that out. On the left side, Madman Mark, who has really impressed me the entire time in the show match. Shadow Q trying to get him online just a little bit.
Yeah.
But that Scylla's going to get called out there by the Wukong, which is going to force her all the way back. And so she's just got to kind of sit there. But nah, he's got to deal with the kiddies, doing a decent job. He's not going to die to him. Good job.
Yeah, I mean, Madman Mark just having a tough time. I know I speak highly of Zapman, but it's for good reason. Definitely can own a lane by himself. No stranger to the game of Smite. So it's a really tough matchup for a newer player on the fringe to really sit here and go against one of the more tenured members of the SPL.
Who does he think he is not getting a Transcendence on Uller? Does he just have to be cool? Like, is that his thing? I mean, Blue Steel Pendant, yes, it does help a lot with that, but Transcendence is like,
Zapman likes to
my God, insane amounts.
He likes to play the traditional Hunter, Scott. You're going to see, even on a character like Uller, who's very ability-based, he's going to go for the basic attacks. You see the Ikival being brought up right now, so that's going to help his basic attacks as well. You look at Allied play this character, I think we see the Transcendence and more of a focus on the abilities.
100%.
You watch Zapman play this character, we see the Ikival, the Devo Gloves, and more of a focus on the basic attacks. That's the beauty of the character. You can play it two different ways, and it'll still work out.
Zapman's going to get called out here. He's gone. Dare to Care is going to help. Tusky might actually take his life as well. Shadow Q waiting on the taunt to come up. It's going to be up in just a matter of seconds. Dare to Care is waiting. He dodged one snare. And are they going to continue to commit? Shadow Q's like, guys, I got my dash. I got everything. And they're like, nope, not happening.
Yeah, I mean, that's sort of what we've seen on the left side of this map, Scott. Shadow Q doing very, very well. And Madman Mark just always a little bit behind the Shadow Q play or call. Not quite hearing their comp, but just seems that way. And the solo lane still pressured. Both sides of these maps, the solo lane and the dual lane, infinite pressure coming out from Team Eager.
Yeah, I mean, Ra's in a... Man, 5 Angry Men really can't expect anything out of Ra for, like, 15 minutes. Like, sure, he's going to drop a heal down, but, like, what power is he doing? He's doing no damage. Celestial Beam, he's, like, able to clear the wave just because of base stats, but, like, that's it.
Yeah, he's got cooldown boots and a breastplate of Valor, which is only going to help him for a little bit, as that it's only, like I said, will undoubtedly build into those chin size. Just synergizes far too well. And we'll talk a little bit about that item when it comes online. 3 members deep is 5 Angry Men in the mid lane. They're going to go ahead back into the jungle. Lazes and Naw sort of playing defense, and Zapman backing, going to go get these back Carpy cams. Wants to get as much safe farm as possible because he's pushing the lane up far too much to safely go ahead and contest.
So, for a lot of people, they might have been wondering if Lassus still has it. If Shing should have taken the jungle and Lassus been moved out. Lassus is up 1,500 gold. He's a full item over Shing. You can see they're going with the exact same build theory, right? Jotuns, and then either Shifters or Magi's. He's got Magi's finished. Shing's got 0-3. Lassus is 3-0. I think that answers in front of it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't think there was any doubt in anybody's mind that Lazes really still I mean, I take that back because I know there was doubt. We saw that a lot. Here's the fight. Gold Fury baited, Gold Fury released, Shadow Q demolished. One more member, Shing right here. The throws coming out from Mace to the face, but it's not enough to do that much damage. Dare to Care about half HP, so they can't really go back into this fight. One more time, they're going to engage on the Gold Fury, and one more time, out comes the ult from Anatoly. He's looking for the Doom Orb. He wants to cut that in half. Out comes the ultimate. Not enough. Lazes takes the face of
The
Mace.
shield. Eager takes the Gold Fury. Eager wants Shing's life. Dare to Care not jumping over it. Neither is Zapman. And now we are going to be seeing them just kind of push us up.
Great,
For those of you at
stuff.
home who are curious as to what's happening on the other side of the semifinals, Complexity has defeated What's Cracking. The winner of this will go against Complexity. My God, it looks like our soft seating's correct.
You know, honestly, I would have loved to be wrong, Scott, because that means that somebody pulled something crazy out and there was some cool stuff. That said, Complexity versus either Five Angry Men or Team Eager will be a fantastic show. I think Five Angry Men can give them a run for their money. They're doing well here. They're trailing right now, unfortunately, by about 6,000 gold as we approach the 18-minute mark. Down 7 kills, 8-1. But still putting on a good showing. We're seeing some quality mechanics coming out. The Doom Orb still has 28 stacks. So despite 2 deaths on Scylla, still able to keep that up. Like the choice right there. And Typical Building coming out. Good stuff, Team Eager, just a little too dominant right now.
So I want to direct everyone's eyes to Na right now, 2-0-4. He has Divine Ruin online. Why? Because no one is even close to getting Brawler's Beat Stick up, and Divine Ruin's cheap. Anatoly's got a couple guys on him. He's got the tether, he's got the taunt. Anatoly's finally going to go down. Last is going to come up, hit a slice and dice, say what's up, but he has no mana. He's not engaging on that.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about this from time to time about how Divine Ruin is a bad left-hand side.
Yeah, I think Zapman's going to go for this. He's pressuring the tower. It's just Shing. Right-hand side. Lass is trying to hold it off. Dare to Care taking a lot from the tower there. Zapman just trying to bait it. Is he going to go for the turn? He's just going to go for the jump over. Try to stay safe. That's a blink on Scylla. Who saw that one coming? I'm a monster. Dare to Care. Oh, my God. Brilliant play. Round of applause. Force it into the ultimate Wukong. Not only does he regenerate health, but he's also those are the plays where you just sit back and you're like, that's why you're paid to do this.
Zapman, I thought he was going to have to pay for his over-aggression, as is his normal motif. 3 members being taunted away from Madman Mark. Great support play coming out from ShadowQ. You know, it was just a small time ago that ShadowQ was lauded as the best support in the world. He's been teamless for a while, took time to coach Team Solo Mid, back to playing competitive now on Five Angry Men with his brother, Mace the Face, this time his actual brother, not like Ataraxi's older brother. But, so that's what we're seeing here for Five Angry Men, and ShadowQ not disappointing at all.
I don't know who even told us about that, by the way. Was it you?
That might have been me. I swear, somebody punked me. All right, like, I really have heard that
I read it and I was
time.
like, well, I don't know that much about Europe, but I guess it makes sense. Yeah, whatever. Taking a look, Executioner online. That's going to help out Uller just a bit. On the right side, though, we are going to see Ra. He's got Warlocks on, and it looks like he might be going into Book of Thoth. He's
got it at this point. He needs to boost that damage.
Yeah, he's got to go double stacking, which just means, like, why did you not go? So here's my thing, right?
He's afraid.
You get Warlocks, and you're gonna get health anyway. You're gonna get a lot of health off the beginning. You're gonna be able to then lay a little bit of a smackdown on Osiris. Why not use it? Anywho, Mace to the Face is gonna go ahead and miss the snare. He's got that's gonna be Lassus right in front of him. He's got the heal. Agni's on the backside. They're forcing all the way out. They don't want this. Anatoly's going to take the tier 1 on the solo lane side of things, and Dare to Care is just going to shove this because he's max magic cudgel.
That was a great knockup coming out from Dare to Care.
Yeah.
It got 4 members of Five Angry Men, just sort of disrupted a little bit. Good talk into the armor monster. Zapman gets annihilated. Wow. Not able to do much there. Dare to Care going to get out as well as Noah with that dash. And it looks like there's going to be a push on the left-hand side for members of Five Angry Men.
No one's going back for Anatoly, though.
Shing is backing for Anatoly as he's aggressing onto the tier 2 tower.
Anatoly will eat that cat.
Yeah.
That cat won't do anything. Na's in a lot of trouble, though. He's locked up there. Down he goes.
Smoked.
And this is just... Dare to Care is just going to kind of bruise through every single one of them with the bull. But that is a tier 2 for 2 kills and a tier 1. And the Gold Fury is getting ready to come up, but based on the fact that Athena is backing, I don't know if they're going to go for it.
No.
Defender of Olympus isn't up, so they have no idea on the timer. Wow.
Not worth it. Going to aggress. Ultimate down onto Madman Mark. Looked like he wanted to get the pick. Felt confident enough to go off of it. You know, Mace to the Face has missed a lot of these roots.
Yeah,
and that is Team Eager's noticing that, and they're adapting, and they're not as afraid of a Scylla that's going to hit the roots. So if Mace to the Face continues to write this novel where he misses the roots, Team Eager is going to buy the cliff notes, understand it, and just skip to the end and just kill him.
Yeah. I mean, Raw's not far off. I mean, we've been very, very hard on the Raw versus Anatoly matchup, but Raw's got 30 stacks almost in his Warlock stash. He's going to have a Book of Thoth relatively soon. He's got the most gold on his team even still, but, I mean, on the other side, there's a flip side to that coin, and that is the Doom Orb Scylla 0-2 and 3. She's got full CDR. Who builds CDR with Scylla? She's known for Damahe.
Well, you can afford to build a CDR when you've got 42 stacks on your Doom Orb, but again, another missed root. That would have been a kill, but the root misses.
Wow, he stole that.
He stole it?
Zatman stole that.
Got it.
What a beast.
So
now they're... Nope,
Threading
no he
the
didn't.
needle. Oh, man, not quite able to do it, but here we are looking at the gold free again.
Rip!
This is what they do.
Baby!
They pull it, they release, and they get the kills. Laz is on a rampage. 5 kills in a row. This one, his ex-mid laner, the best goes down to the wayside. Aggressing onto more red. Shing has the help, and Anatoly picks up Mace to the face. Shing jumps out. Dare to Care turns his sights onto Shadow Q, who pops the shell. Backing is Madman Mark to the towers all by himself. Shing is gone, and mid lane tower is going to fall, as well as Shadow Q. Zapman gets the credit. That is the breakup of a duo lane. Hunter kills his ex-support. Down he goes, takes the tower. They're out.
This is bigger, dude. This is even bigger. They got Fire Giant here. As long as they're not like completely like just forget to pay attention here. Actually, Dare to Care just got hit with all of that. So. You have a little bit of a Fire Giant dance, though. It's 2 attacks, and then he does a lot.
And then it's done.
They did a good job.
And then it's done. So Team Eager, 24 minutes in. Great plays by grouping up, taking out the important characters. 11-4, read the kills. Team Eager, 55,000 gold. That's going to be a 7,500 lead, as well as almost 12,000 experience, Scott. So Team Eager looking their ex-teammates in the face and saying, nah, we've got a new team, and we're ready to play.
No, nah, greater. Nah, greater.
Oh my God.
That's how you New Yorkers say it, right? It's greater. Right? I'm adapting to... Dude, look at the coverage that 5 Angry Men has over the Gold Fury side. What in...
The vision is incredible. And I mean, that's something
that vision's great for like pre-20 minutes, but they don't have a single ward on Fire Giant.
Yeah, I mean...
Granted, there was a sentry down. There is a sentry down, so that could have cleared it out, but even still, good God.
I mean, the vision, I expect the vision to be high. You know, this is a very cerebral team. Shadow Q and Mace to the face. The brothers Grabowski, they're known for being very, you know, thought-intensive people. Shing, not so much, generally go out and kill people type of jungler. But Shadow Q and Mace to the face never stop thinking about that sort of thing. So not surprised to see a lot of wards, but we need them on the right side.
No, he did not. Ladies and gentlemen, our first time ever seeing this on the broadcast, Runic Shield. So Runic Shield is next to Shifter's Shield. Now, this is going to give you 25 physical power, 50 magical protection, and all enemies within the range have magical power reduced. That is a play that I've yet to see.
I love it. We'll talk about it after this fight, Scott, because there's a definite specific reason he picked that item
There's 2 mages.
There's 2. Doom Orb.
Scylla
buys a Doom Orb, which allows her to buy CDR, and looks him in the face and goes, no, I read patch notes. I now have a counter item to Doom Orb. Picks up Runic Shield. Great job. Dare to Care specifically enters the tower first to tank it. Does 0 damage to him. Takes out the tier 2. They're looking at a Firebird.
Oh, Dare to Care. He's going to be leading the charge here. Anatoly says, don't worry, buddy. I got you. Shell's going to be popped. Scylla's going to miss the ultimate. That's going to be on Mace. They're all there. Lass is going to try to commit on Shing. Shing's got the kitties to help him out. The shield's going to get Lasses back in. There's no sense of who they're targeting right now. It's everyone for everyone. Down goes one. That's going to be Shadow Q. Madman Mark all the way out. Shing still in the middle. The battle continues, though.
That man misses the stun, so Best is going to be able to get away. This is looking like a bad fight for Team Eager. They've made too many mistakes, but they got what they came for. They've gotten the Phoenix, and they're going to back off. That's a good call.
Back,
good call.
Push left lane if you really want to. Just clear out the jungle. You can see the pings. That's the good thing to do. That fight, I mean, you could just see it, right? Like the health bars were depleting from like 4 different sources. It was like, what the hell is going on? Like someone call something out, which leads me to believe that Dare to Care might have been a little bit too tunnel vision in that scenario, but it helped. It hurts.
Yeah, looking at it outside of their comms again, not privy to all the information, it looked like the call was go for the Phoenix.
Yeah.
And everybody sort of pushed people out of the way. Zapman, in typical fashion, dove the Titan and missed the stun and tried to do something insane. It didn't really work. But the Phoenix was killed.
Yeah.
And that's what they came for. So they get the first Phoenix of the game, and that's going to mean a lot. It's the mid Phoenix, not as powerful as the left-hand Phoenix would be for the Order side, but definitely anytime you can get fire minis on the board, it is a definite good look.
That's a Titan's bait online for Osiris. That's a Rage online for Uller. Next is going to be selling the Bluestone Pendant and then still holding on to Ichabod. On the right side, Artemis. She's got Executioner. She's got level 1 though. Of Rage. Shadow Q is going to get called out. The Shell's going to drop down. He's going to get crit for a little bit there, but not enough to take him down. They're going to probably just kind of wait for these minions to push up. His last is going to go ahead and rotate into the lane.
Yeah, they did it before in the mid lane. They think they can do it again on the left-hand side. Here comes the push. Again, the call looks to be for the Redbird, not looking for any kill in Pacific. But here comes Shing. He gets the aggression, but
didn't.
a great stun comes out
No,
from Gnaw. That's going to stop everything.
No, he did
Two
not.
ults wasted because of a heads-up play by Gnaw. That's what you want from your mid laner.
Gnaw is doing all of the things. The Shell's going to be popped. Kitty Cat's going to jump in. Shing's looking for the help. He's going to go ahead and pounce back. That ability is great. Anatoli's going to get crushed. They are not working together right now. They're getting kind of split up, but 5 Angry Men continue to aggress. Nas in a lot of trouble, though. He's got no teammates. Down he goes. Oh, no.
Great defensive set coming out from 5 Angry Men, and they understand when they can play in transition, and that's exactly what they're doing. They set up their defensive set, and now they're going for the aggression. They know Laz is weak. They know he is. Gold Fury's not quite up yet, trailing by over 10,000 gold. It's what they want. It's what they need. It's what they can have, but it's not quite up yet. So they're going to go ahead and take the tower. Laz is not able to back right there. Pushing down. Do they have a support? The best comes in, trying to stop them from backing.
Kitty Cat.
Cats come out. That'll tank the tower, and that's going to be a dead tier 2. Probably all 5 AM can get off of this push, but here comes that man missing the stun. Not going to be able to hit much. That's rough, but he does provide defense enough, and that's going to save the tower by a hair. That's 1,500 golden experience saved from 5 Angry Men.
The question is Dare to Care going to even waste his time going for this Gold Fury? Actually, 5 Angry Men isn't even going to waste their time going for it. I figured, Dare to Care might contest it, try to get a steal, but they don't even want it. So, interesting. They have the ward coverage to see everyone, too. Fascinating.
Definitely fascinating
coming
out right there. The choice not to go for it.
That pestilence, though.
Sometimes the choice not to go for something is as strong as the choice to go for something, and it's because Fire Giant's on the board. You go for the Gold Fury. It's a good play, but your hog's down if you contest it.
Well,
So
I'll
now
be
you can't
damned.
fire.
So, Raw, ladies and gentlemen, the Soul Reaver, not the Book of Thoth. He's deciding to go for the proc. And now that's going to be level 1 of Lotus Crown. So when you get the Lotus Crown on Raw, what's going to end up happening is you switch your playstyle from dropping the heals passively to dropping them a little bit more aggressively.
Great point. Great point. You're going to throw that heal out in front so that as your teammates run through it, they get the heal, which procs to passive protections, which allows you to fight. It's essentially a shell.
Yep, it's a shell, and when you have a Zapman on your team, or when you're going against a Zapman, it works out. Lass is going to get forced out a little bit. Shing's going to jump up. Shing's going to jump back. He tried to hit the poke. Anatoly trying to box as best he can. Zapman very, very low. Dare to Care forced to ultimate. Oh, that's a big win for 5 Angry Men.
Great win for 5 Angry Men. They're playing better down 12,000 gold than they were even. They really
that's pick. This is big. They have to get this. They have to take down Anatoly right here, but they weren't able to do it. Oh, God. Shadow Q now. Yeah, the heal's going to help a little bit. Shing's got to be very, very careful. Mace to the face steps up. He's like, yeah, I'm a frontline still. What up with it?
They didn't lose any ultimates, which is very important, Scott. They tried to take out Anatoly, and the only ult down is Shing. Madman Mark still has Tusky. Best doesn't have his ultimate, but it's up in, 20 seconds? Mace to the face still has I'm a Monster, which is huge, and Shadow Q can still teleport all over the map with that Defender of Olympus. So they're going to go ahead, and they're going to look at Fire Giant. They're obviously not going to go for it because it's still
a girl
here. Finally gets the root, takes out half of the HP of the Monkey King. That's a doing work.
Yeah, if you're not familiar with Scylla either, Zapman misses the stun, misses the follow-up as well. He was looking for it as well. Dare to Care Wow, quarter health. Mace to the face. He's in a lot of trouble. He's got to get the Sentinel through the wall, though. Lassus now. He's looking at Shing. Lassus all by himself. He's really split up from his team. He's just really trying to use the dash to his advantage. Mace to the face. Lassus is going to be taken out. Anatola's in a precarious situation as well, as Noah's going to look to peel as much as he can.
I mentioned it before, Scott, but fully on, you got to give you credit. Nah is using the CDR incredibly well.
He's
and
good.
It's something that we've seen, and it should be no surprise to me. We see him, he was the first one to build CDR on Janus, and everybody said the same thing, but meanwhile he uses his portals to help his teammates escape all the time. Noxious Fumes is going down so much. There's always a stun available when his team needs it. Zapman and Lazarus go beyond enemy lines, taking the stun to help him out, and that's the story. In comes 5 Angry Men looking for the fight.
They got
one. Goes Tolly. They got one.
They're looking for 2. Nah, he's in a very, very bad spot here. He's going to get rooted. Oh, still the follow-up, though. Derek Hare's going to get help from Nah. Nah doing everything he can. Shing is trying to chase down Dare. They're able to get Zapman. Oh, my God, they're able to get Nah.
Down goes Nah to the hand of the best. Madman Mark fell to Lazarus before. Shing is chasing Dare to care. Can he get the kill? The dot is alive. The basic hit hits. Everyone but Lazarus is down. 5 Angry Men take it. They got 2 chains. They've got a seat. They've got a swing right here. They're picking up 5 Angry Men. They're picking up 5 Angry Fire Giants. That's going to go to them. Still trailing, but they brought it.
Did you really say 5 Angry Fire Giants?
Yeah, there's 5 buffs on them, dude.
I get it. I hate
you get it? But they went from 5-digit deficit to a 4-digit deficit. 9,000 gold is what separates these two teams. 8,400 actually, as they take the gold from the Fire Giant. They're gonna back, they're gonna buy up, and they're gonna bide their time. I think we've seen a match like this before.
Yeah, I think the snowball smite isn't a thing anymore.
So,
taking a look, we got a little bit before any kind of aggression comes. Midgardian Mail picked up here on Athena, giving her a decent amount of health, and by decent I mean 350, and 60 physical protection. Now the reason she's getting that is because when you look at Eager, you're like, oh, there's 4 physical. Wow, that Osiris is really strong. Wow, Lassus started off 3-0. Wow, that's a Zapman. Perfect pickup here, and on top of that, he's got the shell. This is a good play out of him. Very, very good decision making.
Yeah, great decision making coming out. I like the Deathbringer out of Artemis before the Rage, because that's going to maximize her passive very well. Good choices. Want to go back to the Scylla with the Doom Orb, Scott. She's got Chronos Pendant and the CDR boots. You said before, isn't she known for damage? What happens when you reach level 20? And you max all your buttons.
You get free power.
You get free power. What happens when you have a 50-stack Doom Orb? You get free power. So she's getting power other sources rather than the
I will not back down on the Combat Blink, though.
Combat Blink is a little rough.
I will not back down on that.
I won't either.
I might give you the Doom Orb.
No.
But that's it.
The Combat Blink is because she bought the Doom Orb. Doesn't want to die at all costs. Needs to blink out of there. Can't use it aggressively like we saw her use it once in the left-hand lane. That's a big no-go. So 5 Angry Men, they get this Fire Giant. We celebrated it a lot, right?
Yeah.
They cleared out the towers quietly. No fights, just the tower clear. Previously trailing by 12,000, looking to be completely out of it.
Oh my
Eager barking down their throat.
God.
2,000 gold separate these two teams. Once again, look at the nosedive.
It's like the Price is Right. And then it just drops off, right? Like that's.
I'm gonna guess $1, Scott. That's it.
Oh.
Great stuff coming out. The turnarounds are incredible. And Team Eager previously looking absolutely dominant in this storyline. 36 minutes in right now. 33 minutes is when we saw the turnaround. And now the game is almost completely tied. No towers remain for either of these teams. 5 Angry Men has a single Phoenix down to about 50%. It's up right now, but it will be easier to kill the next time Eager comes down the lane. But Madman Mark has grown into his boots. He feels a little more comfortable now and ready to fight. He got the kill on a Zapman Scott. This team right now for 5 Angry Men looks a lot more confident now.
They got Lotus Crown. They got Soul Reaver. What is he? Is he getting ready to build that into like a Midgardian Mail or something? Like what? What is wrong?
Steel Mail?
My God. So looking at it in this scenario, if you're rooting for Eager, you need Zapman to get a pick, but the pick has to come from a setup of Dare to Care, but you also need Osiris to really frontline this. So you're looking for Wukong jumps in, followed by Osiris. Zapman is able to single someone out. And if you're rooting for 5 Angry Men, you're just waiting for the taunt followed by Tusky. Zapman's health is gone.
Phoenix goes down. That's not quite. Phoenix is still alive. Great play by Team Eager. And now 5 Angry Men are on their heels. Eager wants to look for him, chasing down Anatoly. They're going to let him go, though. They don't want to be too greedy. Shing. By the way, we'll take that left Phoenix. We'll take that mid Phoenix.
Dude, I thought Zapman was just going to get blown up instantly. You saw the crush come out of Scylla. I was like, oh, this is the follow-up, but she doesn't have I'm a Monster online.
Shing doing what we talked about at the very beginning. Surprise. Subversion. What the hell is he doing? There's an entire team fight going on. He's nowhere near it. He's in your base killing your towers. Getting 2 Phoenixes instead of 1. And now 5 Angry Men are in the driver's seat, trail by 200, which means absolutely nothing. Trail by 1 kill, which means absolutely nothing. But they're the team with 2 Phoenixes down, so they have the lead. Great job, great turnaround. 5 Angry Men finally solidify their lead.
We're going to be looking at it. Point of contention here, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be the Fire Giant. Everyone can see it. The heal's going to come down from Ra. They're going to shove out mid lane. Anatoly did. No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
Nope.
No, we're not going to mention anything. So, Anatoly's going to clean up that ward there with the sentry. As now they have to get in a better spot than this, though, man. This is what's tough, is feeling out the opponent when you don't have the ward coverage due to sentry wards. I mean, you can just see 5 Angry Men controls this area, and Athena's very, very strong. Dare to Care. Oh, goodness gracious. Where's his team at, buddy? Lassus has got 1. Zapman's coming in as well. They're trying to focus someone, but Zapman's going to get caught. There's his health. Goes bye-bye. He's still alive, though. Shake's able to get Zapman. Zapman is down. Shing is on Lassus. This isn't looking good for Eager.
Way too aggressive for the blue team right here.
Oh!
Totally.
He did it!
Gets it from across the street. Shing picks up Noah as well. What's a Fire Giant? They don't care. 50 seconds plus on all the players that matter. Dare to Care, definitely still a player that matters, but not someone that can stand a 5-man frontal force of 5 Angry Men. Looking at the Titan, but just for a couple of seconds, as there's nothing to look at. One more turnaround is what we get, and almost 40 minutes worth of a Smite contest. 5 Angry Men come back from trailing for 35 of that and take the game.
What you guys just watched was the severe difference between a Sun Wukong and an Athena.
Right.
Yeah, Athena can lock down multiple targets no matter what. With the taunt, it comes out. It's in a cone. When you look at Sun Wukong, yeah, you have the bull that can knock people up, but for the most part, for a single target lockdown, it's just that. It's a single target lockdown. You're not getting enough out of it. Looking at the squad, you almost... I mean, hindsight's 20/20, but
of course,
you got to think like Sylvanas or Geb in that scenario would have been much better synergy for the squad. But at the end of the day, I mean, Eager threw. They completely threw.
Yeah, no, I mean, Team Eager, they got a little excited. They did very well. 5 Angry Men, just the turnaround. You know, Madman Mark, again, I want to talk about the Quiet Hunter. We saw Allied on Complexity quietly go 11-1 or something outlandish. Quietly, Madman Mark, we said his name 5 times during the broadcast, and 3 of them he was getting owned by Zapman, or getting pushed out of lane by Zapman. 5, 1, and 7, leading player damage on his team by 31,000 player damage, and he had a Doom Orb Scylla on his team.
I'm not happy about it.
Madman Mark, welcome to the pros.
Madman Mark's here to stay. So, ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, in case you're just tuning in, by the way, this is the qualifiers for our Split 1 of Season 2. So coming up next, what we're going to be having is actually Team Eager is going to be going up against What's Crackin'. This is for the 3rd place points. You got to accumulate as much points as possible.
Right. So all these teams are going to accumulate points. That'll get them into the SPL. So stay tuned for another good match. The 3rd place is coming right here.